It's Jemima. There's a fly. Diddle, 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 diddle. Hello. All right then. Back she goes. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Ah. Oh, look at her big mouth. She's really old now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I know. Gone. Welcome back to the vlog. Lots and lots to do at the Falconry Centre, and lots to do before Easter. It's just been hailing, now the sun's out, and that's how it's been. So where are we at? Well, the British Wildlife Area. I'm not doing anything in here yet. Obviously the animals are being maintained, of course, but renovation wise, getting ready for opening, no. There's more to do at the moment out there for sure. So in here, have a look at this little guy. Have a look at that. So the great crested newts, they're doing okay. They're just ticking over for winter. Nothing's going to be done in their aquarium until nearly Easter. They have a full-on revamp. But we're feeding them and looking after them. They're getting their breeding colours already, bless them. But wonderful to have captive bred since a captive bred line since before the law changed in the early 80s. So now, if you want to keep captive bred crested newts, they've got to be traceable all the way back to, I think it's pre-1982 when the wildlife laws changed, or you're in big trouble. So as much as we have loads of great crested newts here on site, wild, I can't pop one in an aquarium to show anyone because I'd be seriously breaking the law. They're actually locally abundant, but they are suffering from massive habitat loss all across the UK for sure, but fantastic, they get huge. So what else is going on? Well, the stickleback aquarium, totally redundant. That's going to be all spruced up again for Easter, and I'll net out a few of the sticklebacks again out of my pond, because those sticklebacks were a big hit last year. Because most people in Northamptonshire, if you're a bit of a naturalist, you like nature, you'll remember when they were common, not so anymore. And in here, look at the mess in there. Nothing to see, disgusting, covered in algae, but in there are my elvers, my baby eels. And they were, again, very interesting because another species that was ultra common when I was a kid is now on serious decline. So legally held elvers, again, on display with good signage. They're in there. They're basically hibernating in the substrate at the bottom of the aquarium. But they'll be out as soon as that weather warms up. It'll all be spruced up. Norma the hedgehog, she actually isn't in there. That's her enclosure, the blind hedgehog. She spends the summer, rather the winter, in one of our staff members' spare rooms with a beanbag to sleep on. She's a spoilt pig for the whole winter. She doesn't hibernate. It's really dangerous and difficult times for them. She's active all year round. She's probably coming up for about 9 years old now, so yeah, she's getting a little bit old, but we'll see. Look at this new, just have a quick look. I'm having a good old wrestle there with a worm. Let's show you something else. So the polecat enclosure, again, looks fantastic, semi-naturalistic. Unfortunately, I had to wire in things so the idiots didn't fall off and hurt themselves. But we've kind of got a semi-naturalistic British woodland, or you know, British bit of countryside, a log pile, an old sign and so on. They're snuggled up in their nest box. But the polecats actually make really good display animals for sure. What else is in here? Oh, Roxy the fox. She's just had a friend of ours come to say hello. She doesn't interact as much with strangers at this time of year as she does in the summer, and she loves interacting with people, usually because it means special treats. But she's an intelligent animal and she loves having those human interactions. She's hand-reared with dogs and people, so she's kind of imprinted, and she thinks they're all potential sources of food or potential friends for sure. But Roxy, wonderful creature to have, talk about. I've got no problem with people, how can I put it politely, controlling foxes. They're uber abundant, overly abundant in the countryside really, and that's because, as you see from observing her, they are not only clever but incredibly resourceful animals indeed, and of course incredibly beautiful. Rats, the turnover on the rat population, 3 years is a long time, probably about 2 years is average. And I've gone for all boys this time, just boys. We don't want the breeding particularly. I love them, but we've got some fancy coloured ones. I didn't have enough when I did breed them, enough brown and black ones. I only wanted natural coloured rats. We have got a few fancy ones in here, but I'm not too fussed really. I'm going to change the whole enclosure around. I want it to look like I don't know, a bit of an old shed that's got overrun with rats. I've kind of had a half-hearted attempt, but I don't like how it looks. So we'll have a change around before opening. The rats don't care, of course. Wonderful things. Children often say to me, oh, all the animals you've got, what's the best pet I could get, Dave? A crocodile, a snake, a gecko? No. A rat. Preferably a boy. Preferably a boy, because they're just a bit sillier and a bit dopier. And like ferrets, I think the males do make better pets. Even though in both species, they're a little bit smellier than the girls. But they are super clever, they don't bite, they're mega friendly, they're mega intelligent, and they're emotional beings. A wonderful, oh, and sociable, so a wonderful, wonderful pet indeed. The harvest mice were in here, of course, last summer. Probably going to have a change this summer. We're probably going to have the smooth snakes in here, and where the smooth snakes are, another enclosure with the Aesculapian snakes. Just for a change, really. And I have those species again. With the smooth snakes, they can't be British stuff, really. They're captive bred European genetics. Another animal that you can't just grab in the wild and mess around with in Britain. Highly endangered and highly protected, but an important animal to talk about, being Britain's rarest reptile. Actually really love this scaleless cord snake. She's only small, only a youngster, but yeah, just great for the school education. What a little beauty. So the sun's out. Let's just look at what Roy, Sue and Jess have been doing. Obviously, we've got some bits from last year. We've got the sundial. That's going to be a lovely sunflower area. Did look good last year, but I think bigger and better this year. It was a trial last year. And I've also been busy putting in a new burrowing owl arena. That's going to have some grasses and things, but a little tunnel for him to run in. This area is where we fly the burrowing owl or work with the burrowing owls with our guests. So much nicer looking area. And of course, if you've been keeping up Pedro the burrowing owl, he's not going to make it through another season working with you guys. He might make it through another summer. I don't think so, but he's going to be off display. He's like a 90-odd-year-old person, bless him. He's decrepit. He's not in pain as far as we can tell. He's got a quality of life, but yeah, he's kind of hobbling around, his arthritic foot, and he's just incredibly elderly. So he's absolutely retired, which means, as harsh as it sounds, he's got to be replaced. So another burrowing owl coming this year for sure. 11 years old, he's done pretty well. Vietnamese blue beauty snakes, they're going to be in here. We're going to have, this was just some stuff I laminated. We're going to have proper silage. My friend Kev's going to sort that out for us. We've got the slow worms in here. Now it's cold again and they've gone back underground. But for sure, British wildlife and the ability for people to come and meet this stuff is really important. And the gardeners, again, Sue's been really hard at work getting this all ready for spring. The butterfly meadow, and I'm going to spin you around a whole butterfly and bee border along there. Quite on point, because Jackie and I have spent most Saturdays of the last few weeks attending a beekeeping course. So not only do I want some stuff here for the wild bees and all the wild butterflies and moths and insects, it'd be nice if there's a little bit more nectar around for maybe 1 or 2 hives of bees. People, they save the bees. Listen, I don't think honeybees are particularly the important bees to save. All the other species of bees in Britain are probably more important, and there's way more pollinators that do a job, get the job done, other than the honeybee. It's possible that, yeah, a lot of captive honeybees, cultivated honeybees, whatever, in an area, they probably do outcompete other bees and other insects when it comes to pollinating. But I think they're important. I'd like people to learn more about them, so we'd like to have a hive or 2 maybe on display. Again, look at this, that composting area. Roy's been hard at work making it look nice but naturalistic, so invertebrates get in there. And not today, they're not out anymore, it's too cold. But we've got British reptiles on display in naturalistic, beautiful, large enclosures. So more of that in the summer. But for now, guys, I'm going to go find the next job. Roy's been working hard. No idea what he's been doing. What you been doing, Roy? What's with the wood?
Oh, it's for the wall around the composting in the corner.
So more improvements to the compost. We've just been looking at that. So,
yes.
Are you gonna saw all those up?
Yes.
So Roy,
yeah,
honestly, he works so hard. He finds himself labour, really, but there you go, he enjoys it. So you saw the area over there. You saw it was made of almost walls of neatly chopped up logs. That's what they started like. And there's Roy's tool of choice.